Welcome back. This is a super last minute video that in my infinite wisdom, I thought of right on the spot, which is how your daily process actually looks like in Arknights Endfield. So if you are wondering how long it actually takes to finish up your dailies, this is the video for you, right? So I'll break down to you guys exactly what I do on a day-to-day basis so that you can just kind of clean up everything and reduce all of the yap and nonsense that you might end up spending like 3,000 hours on Arknights Endfield, right? Okay, so the first thing you do for your dailies, just go into your regional development, head on over to store redistribution. Depending on how many you can buy on a day-to-day basis, maximum right now is 320. So once you finish out 320, it will add on 5 hours later, right? I do have a special tip for you guys if you want to min-max, is that if you see that your yield today are like dog shit, like you didn't see any like big decrease in percentage, you could just store for the next day. For Value 4, you can store for 3 days because the max is 960. And then for Wuling, I believe the max is only 1 day. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the max is only 1 day. So for example, right now this list is honestly kinda ass because 8.6% for Wuling is like, it's just gonna add. So if you want to, you could just save this for tomorrow, then just buy both at the same day, right? So this is that. So once you're done, you'll just for example, I'll just do this for a demonstration, right? So if I wanted to buy this, I'll click on this stock. You'll go here, you'll go to your friend's price, and click on the guy with the highest. Go to ship, hop in, go ahead, and you sell this. So you just click on this. Wait, not this. Yeah, click on this. Sell everything. Boom, done. Okay. Then while you're in there, just go on to the gas terminal. Help roll up a little bit, right? Depending on what you have. So you get all those daily coins. So you can only help 5 crew assists as well as 4 production assists, right? So before we continue, we are just gonna leave our ship. Go away. Go away. Go away. All right. Leave our ship. Now you head on over to your depots. Alright, this is exactly what you do to clear all of your daily energy. So you are done with your store redistribution, right? Done. You already store everything, so that's gonna be done. So now you go on over to your depot nodes. You have 3 different locations for your 3 different powers in Value 4 and then 1 for Wuling. So this is what you essentially do, right? Pack goods. Just always do the first one because it gives you the most amount, right? This is always the most amount. Then whichever one you have the max of, right? So just top up max. Boom, done. Okay, deliver. Start delivery on the higher. So this is going to be 210k. Alright, so now that you do this, you do not go ahead and do them yourselves. You get your friends, or rather jobbers, to do it for you. So you click on this transfer job. Boom. So you don't even need to do it, right? So you literally just get them to do it for you. So both of y'all will earn money from this right here, right? They are gonna earn. I can't believe this ass didn't do my job. That is just ridiculous. But usually this should be done within like 10 minutes. But this random ass actually didn't finish it. I have actually never seen this happen in my entire life, but I guess it is part of the part of the thingy. So don't worry about it. Now we're gonna go here, do the exact same thing. Pack this, click on this, top up to max, boom, done. Okay, very good. And then we are just gonna click on the highest, so it's 342k, right? Is the highest, right? Start delivery, and then we're just gonna go over here, do the exact same thing. And you're gonna transfer job again, right? Boom, done. Right? You don't have to do any more. Then now one last time, go back to regional development, go into your depot node, and then you're gonna check out the location here. Pack goods. Click on this. Max. Boom. Done. All right. Then afterwards, the max is 369. Doesn't really matter who you pick. Boom. Done. All right. Leave that screen. Come back over here. Transfer jobs. Right. So there's your depot for your Value 4. Then you hop back on over here. You're gonna change this to Wuling. And you're gonna do the exact same thing. Hop on over here, pack goods, medium, because this is the max you're gonna be able to get. Just slam all the way up to max. Doesn't matter who you're gonna pick. Boom. Highest is 79.2. Click delivery, and then you're just gonna transfer that as well. Boom, done. All right. So that is that for your delivery. So at this particular point, you have 2 options. Option number 1 is you go ahead and do other shops, right? So you can do this 3 times a day, right? You can do out this 3 times a day. Then you just keep refreshing and you see who actually have the jobs available for you, right? If you are too lazy to do these shops, frankly speaking, you can just skip them. Because eventually what's gonna happen is that you can see that I have like $3 million. And honestly, it's like, whether or not you do these delivery jobs is not a very big deal because you're going to earn way more money from your AIC anyways. So if you want to min-max, you could try to refresh and do other people's job. For me, if I'm lazy, I'll just ignore, right? I'll just let them do my job. Okay, see, they all claim it up almost immediately, right? Random streamers will pick it up for you, except this random ass fuck guy didn't do it, so it is what it is. So you're done with your depot. Now, you go into Outpost Management, right? Outpost Management, sell everything. Boom. Done. Boom. Done. Boom. Done. Alright, so there is your Outpost Management. You pretty much just dumped everything. If you have more goods, for example, your 24,000 HC battery, if you have been playing this game visually, you should be able to clear every single one of their stock build savings, right? You should completely full clear every single one of them. So for this particular option, you have reached level 4, which is the current max level. I will do this later on, but for now, this video is only going to be focusing on doing your dailies, right? So later on, you're going to do this, and you reach level 4, fantastic. Okay, so with that out of the way, you have pretty much finished up your regional development. So you have $6 million. What do you spend with this $6 million? It is pretty much just a single thing, right? You only buy this. You only buy this. I already cleared out the previous stock, which is going to be refreshing on a weekly basis. This thing here, right? I already cleared out the cheaper option. Then the rest of the money, you only go ahead and buy this and buy as many of this as possible, right? You just buy as many of them as possible. Everything else, it doesn't really matter. So this is the number one thing to buy because it is going to be your end game progression for all of your weapon stats essences, right? Essence is basically this game's end game gear grind, right? So you want to get as many of this on a weekly basis by right when you set up your economy to be the highest efficiency, and when the game develops in the future, you should easily clear this on a weekly basis. I know right now, this is, oh my god, he just spent $5 million like that. Don't worry about it. If you're not there yet, just take your time, learn our AIC guys, right? The building guys, get to the efficiency first. This is only for when you eventually reach the maximum efficiency, right? So at this point, if you cannot afford them because you haven't maximized your income, so for example, right here, if you have not maxed these income yet, I'm missing one here because I'm shifting it for my bug capsules, or rather my Yazan as well as LC Wuling, then don't worry about it. It's okay if it's not maxed out. Max them first, then buy those items. So that is pretty much it. Then for the operational manual, you will just go ahead and spend your stamina, right? So whatever you want to spend stamina on is actually very, very fast because this game's single stamina costs like a shit ton of other things. Between all of the above, I would highly, highly, highly recommend getting your first team to 80, 60, 60, 60. So this is 80 plus, then this is 60, 60, 60. Okay, this is why I did a little bit more. You do not need to raise them beyond this level. And the only reason why you leave your supports and your sub DPS at level 60 is to give them gold gears. That is the only reason, right? The moment they have gold gears, you don't really need to give them that much level anymore. Maybe for some other extreme circumstances, like for example, you want to let your Wolf Guard deal more damage, you could go ahead and spend stamina to farm for EXP. Personally, I think it is not that worth it. I would rather just dump, okay, for example, right? I think I might as well here. All right, boom, done. Okay, you know what? It's part of the game, guys, right? So this is literally part of the game. T credits will be a very, very, very big bottleneck for a lot of things, because you're gonna find yourself needing this T credits for everything from your leveling to your abilities, right, to your weapons, right, to your ascension. Pretty much everything you will need T credits. T credits is basically like this game's normal credits, right? Your HL credits, but it's in extreme shortage, even if you're gonna be raising up like a single team. So personally, what I would do is just go ahead and farm your stamina based on that. So right here, if I were to come, I am just gonna go ahead and dump them into my... Where the hell is it? Yeah, I'll just dump them into my T credits, right? Especially if you're gonna be a little bit low. If you want to, for example, level up your skills, you want to raise a second team for some whatever reason, you can go ahead and do them accordingly. So these are gonna be for ascension. The rare material ascensions is gonna be based on a time gate. So, like for example, if I want to ascend Ember, right? I want to bring bro up to level 80. I would need to get these materials as well, which is time gated from your rare materials, as well as the rare growth in your growth factory that I'll show you guys later. And that these things, you technically can get them from the chests, but it's very, very rare. But eventually, you will need to farm this eventually. I'm not going to be building my second team, because you can see, right? Everything needs T credits. So getting more T credits is going to be very important. So I will just go ahead and farm up my T credits for today. And I will see you guys in a little bit. Bonus tip. you can actually do the older levels, but you don't spend your sanity. So for example, right now, I have never farmed T credits before because I've always been farming my EXP, right? I'm farming EXP, I'm farming my tracer. I never ever did this, but you can already go straight into the level 5 efficiency. So you can just come here, enter battle, but you don't need to claim rewards. So I'm just gonna speedrun this, so Adder speed this up in like 5 seconds. At this point, you do not claim rewards. You do not claim rewards. You simply go and click on this button, right? It says retreat. Do not claim rewards. So you can actually clear the difficulties, which are easier, and you can proceed on to the higher difficulty without spending stamina. Which is why I say account levels in Endfield, it literally means nothing. Because the faster you level will not give you a better efficiency, because you can just save all your stamina for like the later levels anyways. So just take your time. I'm just gonna do this again for level 4, and then I will see you guys when I finish spending all my stamina on T-bills. Very good. So I'm just gonna retreat. And finally, I'm gonna go into the level 5, in which we're actually gonna be dumping our stamina for more T-bill credits. All right, there we go. All right, so this one is where we actually start farming, right? So this is when I'm actually spending my time dumping my energy to clear my dailies. So from this point, we are just gonna speed this up as well. I completely wasted my ultimate because I'm a casual. They're just absolutely fantastic. Then we're just gonna do this over here. So that is gonna be our first run. You could spend this to double stamina consumption, so it's like a little bit like a skip ticket. It's not that important, or you could just do it manually, right? So this is gonna be 80 stamina. Boom, you get 34,000. I'm just gonna do it one more time to dump out 160, and then I'll do my third time, which is 240 on a daily basis, right? Because you get 240 stamina a day. He is almost dead here, I believe. Okay, so that is gonna be our 160 stamina. Boom, claim this. And I'll just do it one last time, because we want to dump 240 stamina, right? So here's how you dump 240 stamina. Let go of this too. And let go of this. Okay, if you want, you can quick swap for the finisher for a little bit more damage in the middle. Okay, but unfortunately, this guy didn't die at this particular moment, so it's a little bit awkward. Okay. One last hit and then enhance skill, and then he's gonna be done here, right? So that is basically gonna be our 240 stamina, and you're gonna be just dumping this. So in a day-to-day basis, you will spend 240 stamina like this. I do want to show you guys one thing, which is for this particular thing, you actually have 2 ways to increase your stamina, which is your stamina potions, but the emergency stamina has a time limit. So in the next 10 days, you should remember to spend this before these things expire, depending on what you want. Honestly, I don't think there's any point in holding stamina in Endfield, because like one single run consumes so much stamina anyways, right? So I was just spending on like credits, EXP. The most commons are like your T bills, your T credits, as well as your EXP, right? To bring up your main defense on counter. So we have finished spending our stamina. So now I'm going to go back to Dijiang. So we are done. Now you come here, right? So whatever you earn, so let's just bring this up to level 90. Okay, never mind. I'm still a little brokey, so it is what it is. Now, before you bounce off from your ship, remember to check on your little compartments over here, right? Wait, actually, there's like a... The reason why you want to go to these compartments manually instead of using the ship's control panel to do the collection is because you want to gift them gifts, right? You want to raise them up. Where the hell are my employees, bro? Oh, they are resting. Okay, this one is. All right, so just claim all. Fantastic. Then you just grow them based on whatever, right? So I will only grow like the goldings. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. Then we'll like do this. And then let's just extract this. Okay. Then we're just gonna grow more. We have 4 more slots. Depends on which one you want. I think I need a lot of mushrooms, so I'm just gonna spam all my mushrooms. Alright. Then okay, one more. Maybe I'll just do like let's just do like a false Aglaya. Okay, actually. Oh, we kind of ran out of everything else. Okay, let's just do alright, ignore now what some shit. Alright, so that is gonna be done. You have finished this, but unfortunately all my employees are resting here, which is a little bit unfortunate. You are just gonna take these. Alright, your production assist is from your friends, so you're just gonna use your assist, right? Very, very fast. So the reason why you want to visit them is because you want to give them gifts. And the reason why you want to give them gifts in Arknights Endfield is because their base stats have 4 different notes in their screen that actually improves their stats by a pretty considerable amount. So for example, if you were to raise up like level 10, right, you are able to unlock these stats over here, which is going to be 10, 15, 15, and 20. And these are very, very important because it directly affects your base tech, which are going to be able to convert from your index stats, right? So I need to find where the hell is level 10. Bro just got up and disappeared from the job station. Where is bro? Alright, so this is gonna be Levitating. She gave me a gift. Thank you, Levitating. That's very nice. Okay, then we're just gonna talk to Levitating again. Stand up! There we go, right? Stand up. Okay, now we give her a gift. Okay, when it comes to gifts, right? Ideally, you get her gifts that says hot. Because hot means she will get more affection, right? Unfortunately, I don't have this, so it ain't what I do, but I do give them hot. I'm just going to give a little bit. You don't want to give them the wrong gifts, by the way. You can see it's a massive, massive difference. This only gives you 1% to bring us from 66 to 67, but this actually gives you from 68 all the way to 73. And on top of that, you don't want to give them too many gifts in a single day, because if you give them too many, you can see that this will become lowered. So my next gift that I give to her, it will not have as high of a effect that I would like to. So 3 is the max. You never really want to give more than 3 in a single day, right? So you give them this, boom, done. So you increase your mood. So because our mood now is at 65%, I think we basically unlocked our note, right? Okay, it is what it is. We need 100%. So we are just gonna leave that as it is. Then you basically do this for all of the operators that you want to raise up to a high level. So for example, another unit that probably gets used a lot is probably Ardelia. So you want to give the Ardelia gifts as well, right? To keep her base stats up and running. So this is gonna be a separate one. Okay, can I actually just buy this? Okay, it is what it is, right? So this is 0, this is 6, this is 6, that, and then that is gonna be good. Alright, absolutely fantastic. 67% mood is gonna be fine. Don't really need to care about the story. So just remember to do this for the agents, right? Sometimes they give you gifts as well. So look at that. Right, Flora will give you gifts. Alright, very, very good. So you can just claim them. And it's like a little bit of an interaction, but you don't need to spend that much time, right? So now that this is done, I believe you have already finished up your dailies. Yep. So at this point forward, you would have dumped up your daily progression and you have pretty much spent whatever else you need to spend. Other things, for example, like managing your depots, right? Like, do you want to go ahead and do your upgrades? Because, for example, you already have a upgrade in the form of a... Ooh. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is by right. This is what should happen. The moment someone accepts your depot job, you should instantly claim them. But for some weird reason, if you encounter some weird fucks that accept your job and didn't do your job, then you're kind of asked. That it is what it is, right? So just hope that you guys don't get it. And then we don't want to do this, it's going to be fine. If you want to do any upgrades, like for your AIC base for doing, you can feel free to do them. But at this point, you have pretty much finished your daily. So that took us, minus the time we were wasting time, roughly, I would say 15 minutes. So it took me roughly 15 minutes to finish all dailies. So when it comes down to it, when you wrapped up your AIC, your regional development, you clear the story, the game actually doesn't have too many things left to do. You are just gonna be chilling, right? Spend your stamina. You wanna explore overall, it will be all up to you. Sorry, added bonus, I almost forgot about this. There's this thing that you need to do, which is called the credit store, right? You claim this credits on a daily basis, so collect them. It is always the same gonna be. So the way you do your credit store is you only buy the good shit, or like discounted price, because you can refresh them, right? So never buy these and like no discounts, only buy the good ones, right? So T credits, you definitely buy them. Essential materials, I will personally buy them because you're gonna be spending stamina. This one is a little bit iffy. You could or could not buy it depending on where you are, because once you reach level 60, you don't really need corrector EXP anymore. because you don't need to raise your supports from level 60 to level 80. And for those level 60 onwards, you don't use this material. So only if you are still bringing units from level anywhere below level 60, you will buy this. So for example, myself, I will go ahead and not buy this because my main team is already at level 60 and 80, right? So I'm not going to buy this. The rest of the stuff, I personally don't think it's worth it. 25% off is like... I feel like I can gamble. Because the thing with this shop is, right, if you gamble on a good roll, you can literally get pool currency. So if they are like not good enough, I would not buy them, right? So anything below 50%, I usually just don't consider. So we're just going to gamble right now. Fuck. Okay, you know what? You have to buy this, right? Even though this is not discounted, you can't just have to buy this, right? Currency is currency, so 400 is 400, but it would be nice if it was on a discount, so we're just gonna get that. As a free-to-play, this is insanely important. So how the hell do you get more of these credits? It is gonna be from your clue room, right? So you're gonna go ahead into your clue room. Alright, that's gonna be our meme. We're just gonna go ahead over here into our clue room. View clue. Okay, so we exchange, right? That's gonna be another 300. Then we're gonna start exchange. Exceptional. And then we're just gonna add more, right? Add more, add more. Okay, whether or not this clue thing, don't even need to worry about how this works, but you essentially receive them from your friends and you can collect them from this as well. You can also send clues to others. So for example, you have access of this. I will send one to like Asuka. And I'll send one to like Ison, right? That's it, right? So if you send clues, you also get bonus credits on a day-to-day basis. So because you get 40 of this and you get 30 of this, right? So I have one to send. So I could just send like this guy. And then this, I will send like this guy, right? Okay, fantastic. So we have sent all our clues. So we got a little bit more of an income. So we're just going to go over here. And we can just gamble again. Yeah, it's the same as the refresh shop from E7, except that you use these, which are gonna be very limited. I would say this is honestly a pretty decent pickup, but it is not 50%. So we are just gonna skip them, right? So we're just gonna skip them. Exceptional. So just get that. Unfortunately, yeah, the cost of this actually goes up higher. This is actually not that bad. But I actually have a decent amount of skill, so I don't think I'm gonna want this. I just wouldn't get them. Okay, the reason why I wouldn't get them right now is because I don't need my units to be on the highest efficiency, like level 80. The moment you hit level 60 of 80, they're done. And you don't really even need skill level ups anymore. But the thing that is like really good is this, right? These are like the good stuff. You can also get Arsenal tickets from here as well. Unfortunately, the moment I press refresh, and if it doesn't give me a new shit, it's like it's gonna be wasted. So gamble. Okay, I got absolutely nothing, but T credit is T credit, so I'll just get the T credits. 50 is 50, and then you just stop, right? So now you can just save up the rest for the next day, because you can't afford to refresh anymore. So that is basically how you get yourself done with the credit store over here. I got one more. Before I leave, you can also do this thing if you really want to, which is visiting your friends. So anything with a blue means that you can help them with their clues, which means you earn a little bit more credit. So right here, this is a blue, right? So you just go ahead and press Y. Assist, right? You have up to 5 times for production, 5 times for clue assist, depending on who you're gonna be assisting. So now that I finish up everyone, I can only have clue assist left, right? So the remaining is gonna be clue. So just go ahead and find clues, right? So these are gonna be clues, right? Anything with the yellow icon is the one that you're gonna be looking for. So you go here, assist with clues. Boom, done, right? So that's gonna be 50, which is quite nice. Then you just repeat this for 5 different ones. It's very fast because you actually can just go to your friends' different ships from the same screen. Click Y, give clue, done. All right, then just go to the next guy. Let's go to the next guy. All right, this is yellow. Click this. Is there a limit? Nope, there's no limit. But if you overcap, you have to spend the limit the next day. If you don't spend it on the next day, then everything kind of goes away. So yeah, so click here. So I have 2 more clue assists left. So we're just gonna go ahead and visit 2 more people. All right, this is fantastic. Okay, so press Y, clue assist. All right, one last clue. All right, click here. Alright, so now that we've finished our last clue, honestly, there's already nothing else I could buy from here. So you can see that my shit is over exceeded, right? But I can keep this for a little bit. Essentially 1 day. So even though right now this thing says that you have exceeded your credits, right? It will reset in 5 hours and 11 minutes. It will essentially be going to your mailbox. And then you have to claim this mailbox, otherwise it will go away permanently, essentially. So for this particular one, I don't really care about it that much. Okay, I guess if I really want, I could buy this, but I feel like it's not too worth it. My personal cutoff is basically at 50%, right? So that is pretty much it. Hopefully this video was a little bit helpful. If there are any tips, just let me know. You guys can just share them down below. I'll be seeing you guys on the next episode, right? Alright, bye-bye.